Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to the 2026 Fix with me, Mel.
And me, Rita.
Rita, hit us.
What are we talking about? We are going to talk about
The two letters that are on everyone's lips.
AI.
Yeah. So, why did we choose AI, Rita?
I know you like to throw me on the spot. Okay, so we chose AI because not only is there a lot of conversation about AI, but I'll be honest with you, it seems to be a bit of a mess because you have the people that go all in with AI that they're not even real. And then you've got those that are like, I'm not touching it. I am totally against it and it's going to affect me and pull away completely, even though really you can't. And then there's the ones that are like, how do I
use it?
Yeah.
But isn't that with any evolving technology? Now, the reason why I say this is if you think back to the 90s or even the 80s, with your first kind of computers, and then to the point of the point of when we ended up going paperless, it was kind of the same thing. It started off as a mess, and then people learned how to use it, and then they started getting used to it, and then having a backup plan.
Yeah, even though I'm never paperless.
Yeah, she's still paper. She's, complete boomer. Yeah. But with that, I think that's going to happen with any type of new thing.
Yeah, but I think with AI, it's a little bit more extreme in the sense that these things were technology that was helping the human move forward, and we all agreed that okay, it's not a threat to any kind of human. And I'm not anti-AI, just everyone to know this, definitely not anti-AI, but the humans were involved in working together with it, and so they felt a little bit more, okay, I don't like this, but okay, I'll use it in some parts. We have the choice a lot more.
See, the only thing is, the reason why I counteract that was back in the day when I was a medical secretary, we had the normal stuff where dictaphone, you type, and then you would, continue that. Now, when I was working at a particular hospital, they ended up using technology where you could dictate to your computer and it would type it for you. Or you would plug in the dictaphone and it would transcribe everything onto the Word doc. Okay. Yeah. Now, I remember sitting in like 2 or 3 consultations that basically said it's going to make your life better, which it did. And I was all for it because I said, well, actually, if I just focus on the bits that it didn't pick up and the stuff that I could reformat, then I'll be able to get twice as many letters done than if I were doing stop, rewind, play, and trying to write it and then trying to find how it's spelt, or if the doctor wasn't available. So in that sense, unfortunately, at that point, a lot of jobs went. So even with new technology such as that, and that was quite intelligent, it's a different type of intelligence, it was still scary. And I mean, I don't know what those people are doing now, but for me, I was always of the, we'll look at something else, upskill and go and do something else. Now, that's why I say, well, isn't that going to happen with any new thing? It could even be when the first straighteners came out for your hair. Oh, this doesn't work well for me. It doesn't do what I need it to do. But then the straighteners got better and then we started to adjust with it. And now we can't live without hair straightener kind of thing. So I'm just going to throw that in there. Do we think it's always going to be a threat, whatever comes out?
Yeah, I guess there's the initial panic. There's the, oh my gosh, what change? Again, going back to that topic of change, is like, are we apprehensive of any kind of change, which as humans, we are, because the initial thing is fear.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, but what is it going to be like?
Yeah.
But I think the difference with AI is that you could be dealing with something that isn't human.
Yeah. Well, we're literally not.
Yeah, like you could see something on the screen and think it is a human being, and it's not. It's an AI.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's where it gets freaky.
I think that, and also it's kind of like the way I see AI is almost like, if not used wisely, it's kind of like money in a sense. It goes into the wrong hands and it goes in under a wrong power. So just using the analogy of money is that you put it in the wrong hands, look what happens. You see it, right? The abuse that happens with something that's meant to get us through life is being abused. And I think that is the same with AI, from that fact that you're saying, like, you think, I think there was an ad, wasn't it, on Instagram that said, oh, you think that this is like human, I'm actually an AI. And even the strands on the face and the dark shadows under the eyes, all of that was immaculate. It's so imperfectly perfect that it looked like a human being.
Yeah.
And I think that's the danger of it. I think putting it into the wrong hands where you could be fooled.
And I think also it's when we're getting people that are totally, oh, I am just going to use AI for everything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, AI. Yeah.
And it's like,
so then they become IA, intelligently artificial, instead of using artificial intelligence.
I haven't even got the words
imperfectly artificial.
Like, that everything that they do is AI.
I know.
And to me,
that's a bit too much.
I'm
though,
like,
isn't it?
I like to, one thing is I'm very good at, if someone's not being real with me, I can't mesh with them.
Yeah.
Like if you're putting on this persona of, or you're holding back and you're not just being you.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't. But the scary thing is when you're on social media, when you're online, there are people who are just being AI.
They are AI.
In everything that they put out is AI. And when is that, and I'm speaking in terms of, say, talent, when is talent then being diminished because it's like, oh, well, AI will do it for me. I don't need to have that talent to do it.
Yeah.
That's to me, that's sad.
Yeah, no, and I think that's the whole point, isn't it? It's not being used the right way. And, it's kind of like, and I'm just going to kind of reflect back to a post that we saw with Ben Affleck, was that, and also Seth Rogen has said it, like, if you're going to ask AI to write for you, then I'm sorry, but in, UK, East London, or just English terms, you're a plonker. If you think that AI can write you a decent script, song lyrics, and whatever, you're fooled, because it doesn't have the same creativity background. And yesterday I was having a conversation with another writer, and, there is this point where people are using it incorrectly. And then therefore what that does is that gives the impression to industries that, oh, well, we can do the same thing then. Why are we going to worry about wasting money on someone writing a script, writing a set of lyrics, writing a novel, etc., or writing a training course, for example, when we can just AI it? And I think there's this point where if you use it wisely, it can help you with research.
Definitely.
It can help you shed a bit of light, give you a bit of context, but it's not going to be able to give you the authenticity of new creative storytelling. It might give you a traditional one because it's got loads of things in the archive that's been fed to it.
Which is where it's getting its.
But anything new, I would love to see it do a new type of script that hasn't even been tread on, because it won't be able to do that. And this is why the human brain is so amazing compared to AI, is because we can think of anything and we can write it. We've been given the gift of imagination. That's basically God's given us that gift Just say you can create in your mind, and you can, if you're, a storyteller, you can bring it to life. And I think that's something that AI cannot do, because it can only go by replicas. And this is where, if you're relying on that to write your lyrics, to write your stories, to write your scripts, to write your training courses, like I said, you're a plonker, because it is going to eventually say, well, then why am I going to go to you then? I could just go to AI anyway.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to then come to you.
Exactly.
So if you use it, you're putting yourself out of a job in that sense. Yeah?
But also it makes you the same.
Yeah, prototypes. And can't stand that.
I love originality.
Yeah.
I love people being unique. And it's like, for example, when you see the same flyer,
oh my
on
gosh,
social media, and everyone's using
it's been
ChatGPT
generated. Oh my days,
I can't stand it.
Yeah,
it winds me up, because it's all the same. You look at it, that's ChatGPT. And to me, I see that flyer,
and
you could be selling me the most amazing thing. I will not look at it, because you use ChatGPT to do your flyer.
So for those of you and what to look out for in terms of what it does a ChatGPT to look like. Now, first of all, it's got loads of text on it. Yeah, it will try and have a lot of information in there. Yeah, valid information, but it's going to have a lot on there. They will use the 3 colors, blue, white and orangey. Yeah. Or there's some sort of tan and brown look. Yeah. They go with the same look all the time. I'm yet to see something different. But those are like the main colors. So blue, white, and orange, or some sort of caramel, brown, cream, beige sort of look. They try to make it as though it's all, I don't know. I don't know if you get the same as me, but it almost looks like, do you remember like the old storybooks and how they would draw the illustrations? Yeah, it's tacky. Yeah, I don't like it. I hate it. Yeah, you're better off, right? And this is my idea. If you are going to use something like AI to draft up a flyer, yeah, go on to Canva. I'm not endorsing Canva. Obviously, we're not Canva reps, but because we use it, we will just say straight. You can go onto Canva, design your own. There's already done for you. You just have to do your own edits. You can change the colors, or you can do AI Canva and it will design something for you, and you can still edit. So you have your own thing on it. But once you go to ChatGPT to generate everything, that includes an image, which, by the way, changes your face. But I've tried. Obviously, I've had to, so I could do this podcast. And then, of course, if you do generate a flyer, even if you just put in some random sort of course together or a program, it's ugly.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's ugly, and it's just inauthentic. Yeah,
and I think it. I think it really. I mean, I don't have a problem with AI.
We sound like we hate it, but no, we don't really.
I don't have a problem with it. As Mel said, it's as long as you use it in context, as long as you
use it right. Yeah,
you make sure that you are working with it and not it's doing all of the work for you.
Yeah,
and even down to the point of your face, the face you share with the world. That is not AI. That it actually is you.
I mean, it's kind of like putting cakes and cakes of makeup on, and the next morning you don't look anything like it. Why are you doing it?
Yeah, it's like, just be you. Don't be afraid to be you. Yes, there's people who lack confidence. I totally understand it. But don't lose you in your work. Don't lose you in who you are. Because the thing that people were scared of was that AI would take away from humans. You're actually doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you sell stuff that is completely done by AI, and you have only done a few bits and you're completely doing it by AI, and you don't own up to it but say it's you,
that's
a complete lie. And to me, you're fooling those people who are pulling. Money is scarce at the moment for many people.
Yeah,
they're putting their hand in their pocket to buy from you, and you're using AI to do everything for you, and you're not admitting it, and you're putting your name to it.
there's a problem.
To me,
I think that's also like a bit of an issue, like that you have internally, the fact that you would end up doing that. Because the thing is that, you know, and you kind of see it, don't you? Like the done for you sort of books.
Yeah, there's lots.
Just put that together, and then you can sell it for whatever
or
price.
They're selling it at that.
Yeah, and then you're like, well, make sure you've said either these are like kind of the stuff that I've done with AI and I've researched it, etc. Be honest about it, like, because that's where the difference is. Someone who's using AI ethically is going to say that they've used AI ethically. Someone who's basically said, I did this, and all of a sudden they're churning out things quicker than anyone, they haven't done that. AI's done it. And I think this is where we need to kind of like really understand the difference. If it's quicker than most people would have been doing in that profession, then you know they're using AI, but they need to tell you that. Now, one of the things I want to go into is where AI is useful. Because obviously we've been bashing it quite a bit now. So the way I've used AI is to enhance understanding. So asking questions that you might not know of. And even if you're questioning certain things that you might get back, you might want to then go into Google, do your own further research and ask. So that's the way I would use it, first of all. I do think it's a good way to understand your own skills. I think it's a great one, because if you are someone who is almost like a Jill of all trades or a jack of all trades, sometimes you do need it to fine-tune what it is that you do. Exactly. And I'll be honest, I've used it that way, because there's been points where I've doubted my own skills and I'm like, I don't know.
And then you've looked at it and then it's like, wow,
okay,
actually,
cool. So it can generate its own findings. It will do a search based on you, and it is going to give you a really good picture of what you do, and even in terms of how to pivot yourself, which I think is really important.
And I think also, I mean, AI is also good, say, for in the example of the coaching world, where having 24/7 coaching available for your clients when they just need a question answered
quick fix,
is something that we have adopted for one of our platforms. So, but we monitor it in terms of what we give that AI to share.
And also the thing is with the adoption that we have used it for, is the fact that we get to still work with our clients.
So we have that option.
We can see the progress. We can tap into them every so often and say, how's it going? We've noticed this, you know, you've been asking a lot of questions around this. Like, is there anything that we can?
And it is with privacy, an AI coach. It's complete. It's labeled.
It's an AI coach.
And it's there. We're not saying it's Rita and Mel that's answering you at 2:00 in the morning.
No, exactly, because we're sleeping.
It's our AI coach, which we feed into and which we monitor.
Absolutely.
So it's working with us
and not doing our job. So that's the difference there, you know, already just trying to factor in. So it can help you understand your skills if you don't understand what you've got and where you're going. It might even help you create a really nice, you know, professional development or personal development pathway. It can help with if you've got things that align around as food-wise, you don't know what to make. It is a good, you know, good way to kind of get some ideas, for example. Recommendations, film, TV, you know, stuff that you want to watch. We did do a little bit of a fun check on the on ChatGPT, or Gupita, as I say. So using that particular AI platform, we did a thing saying, right, we love watching The Bear, we love watching The Pit. And then it was kind of like various
These
others
detective
from
shows.
Chicago PD, Chicago Med, etc. And it actually painted a hilarious picture of us, which actually was quite true. So in some ways there are things, but you can't just rely on it. You have to take it in jest. So whilst we looked at this almost like profiling example, although it did paint a great picture as to why we enjoy watching those shows, etc., at the same time it was like, okay, but we're not going to rely on it to kind of dictate everything about us, because we will kind of want to, opt into a funny rom-com or something that's completely lighthearted, etc. So there's certain things that, you can use it for a little bit of fun or whatever, but stop letting it be you.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem.
It's like it's not selling you as the AI. Stop that. It's just using it to help you do the work that you do, to whatever, like we said, in terms of that profiling that we did, which was a bit of fun, but it's like, oh my gosh. But it's there as an aid, just like when
I
we
think
were
it's like
talking
an
about
enhancement, isn't it?
just like we were talking about when things changed, with the new phones and just going into being online and everything, that it worked with you. And going back to what I said at the beginning, I think where it's a mess is because many are taking it and making it them.
Yeah.
And that can be scary for many people. Not fair.
Absolutely. So you are not meant to be artificially intelligent. You're a human being. Yeah. What is artificially intelligent is the information that it has that can help you. So if anything, it's you as an enhancement. It's helping you to be a 2.0. So you already have your version, your version 1. There's no change to you. You're going to stay the same, but you're just going to use it to help you understand things a lot better. Understand, a structure of something. It's there to help you with education, not necessarily there. It's not there to kind of do the work for you. So even with regards to, a lot of people are using it for social media, but then there is this element where even that social media starts to look the same, and you will see a pattern. So the idea here is not to say, right, okay, I'm just going to copy paste that and I'm going to just pop that into social media. What we're saying is that, you could use that as a stem, and then you can rejig some of those words to make it sound much more you. And that actually is always recommended in general, because you're actually getting faster, better algorithms and much better insights when you do put your spin on the text. And again, when you get excited about AI, you say, oh, it can do this, it can do that. And then you abusing it. It's a power that we do start to abuse because we're human, and that's what humans do. Especially it's free. So you're like, well, yeah, I am going to do that. But then what you will start to see is that actually, now I need to start using this correctly. And I feel it's about, not necessarily saying I'm not going to use it, but it's about coexisting with it. How can I use it so that it doesn't replace me, but we can work together?
Yeah, exactly. And I think the last point from me really is just think about, if you're in the service business, if you're whatever business, entrepreneur, whatever you're doing with it, or your art, just think about those that are out there that are paying for what you do, what you put out. And just be like, well, would you want the person who you're paying the service for, or what they've created, to pay for something that, would you want to pay for something that you could have created yourself?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
and there's differences with that, obviously. Like, if you are kind of listening to the music and you're putting your own spin on it, because there are certain things where you might not be able to get the band members to do that percussion or to do that beat, and AI can help
again.
But then it's like, saying, right, okay, well, I'm going to give these lyrics and this is how I want it to sound. So you're actually producing.
Yeah,
there's a big difference with that than saying, oh, I'm just going to plug it in and it's going to just do it. and then I'll put my name on it. No. You need to actually produce it, do the checks, and then we can say, okay, you've produced it. Still, you haven't sung it.
But
you
own up to
haven't,
that you're
yeah.
not singing.
But own up that you're using AI to help with your production, and I think that's the ethical way of doing it.
And again, it's just being transparent with what you're doing with AI.
Yeah.
Don't hide from it. Allow yourself to get to know it and look at how it can enhance what you're doing, but don't let it take over and be the work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't lose your creativity.
Yeah.
To AI.
Yeah,
because your creativity is unique to you, and that is the beauty of life, when we all can be our unique selves. Don't lose that.
Yeah, because otherwise you will have a walking prototype of everyone being the same.
And social media will get boring if I had seen all those same flies.
Exactly.
I will definitely.
Absolutely. And also, we've all been given unique DNA. That's the whole point, that we have a unique purpose. So how are we going to do that if everyone's the same? We don't all have the same purpose. So work with it. You don't have to be against it, but don't let it be you. You are not AI, okay? You are a human being. So be that human being.
Yeah.
Be real.
Be unique.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, that's us sign out. Yeah, signing out. So that's Mel saying bye.
And Rita saying bye. Until next time, take care.
Bye.
Bye.